What's going on, everybody? Mr. Lad over here. Thank you for tuning into my channel. I enjoy making these types of videos, so if you like them yourself, feel free to subscribe to the channel, press the like button, and feel free to share it to anyone that you think this might be a benefit to. So I've been on this journey with these voiceovers because I really enjoy them. It allows me to detail while at the same time I am able to go ahead and make videos for you, so it's pretty cool. So what I'm doing right now is I'm simply doing my prep step that I do before any detail, regardless of the package. I always go around the car. I spray my degreaser with whatever I'm using. Right now I'm just using super clean diluted 1-to-1, and I'm taking my Chocolate Thunder non-acid wheel cleaner and I spray it on all the wheels. And what I do is after it sits for about a minute, then I just go ahead and pressure wash it right off. The non-acid wheel cleaner 9 times out of 10 removes up to about 90% of the dirt off the wheel. The tire, it's not really removing a whole lot, but what it does is it prevents me from having to do a second scrub step. So that's very important because I would rather spend 50 cents, $1 more worth of degreaser on a car and save my shoulders, because it gets pretty awkward and cumbersome and draining having to do all that. And before I move forward, I do want to say I am doing a little bit of editing here because I'm leaving the camera in this one angle pretty much the entire video, and it is, I just don't want it to be so dead. So I don't want so much dead space on the recording. So now what I'm doing is simply, after I've gone and done the prep step, now I'm actually cleaning the tire. And as you see, the tires are not turning as brown as they did when I first applied it. So that's good. That means that some of the dirt did come off. Degreaser is relatively cheap. If I'm spending $9 a gallon, that divided by 2, it's $4.50 a gallon. So I'm just being an idiot there. But if I'm using Formula 88, which I'm probably going to go back to that after this go around, it really does make sense. And as you see right here, I don't need to scrub the wheels. I don't need to clean the wheels because they're already clean. With the effectiveness of Chocolate Thunder, really any non-acid wheel cleaner and a pressure washer. I know a lot of people say, stop looking for that, but I'm sorry, guys. You can say I'm an idiot all you want, complain all you want, but there are wheel cleaners out there that when I take a pressure washer to it, and I'm only using a 1600 PSI pressure washer, I'm able to get most of that dirt off, which saves me so much time, so much energy. Any detailer out there that does this for a living knows that wheels get draining and you can really get spent on them. So I like the Chocolate Thunder. It's a good product. I've reviewed it before. Some of you guys don't like it because it's a little gimmicky, and I agree it is, but it does get the job done. You can use PNS Brake Buster. You can use whatever you want. They're all going to get the job done for the most part. The Chocolate Thunder I get, it's the extra concentrate one, so it's like $17 a gallon. I dilute it 1-to-1, so I'm looking at, see if my math serves me right, $8.50 a gallon. It gets the job done. I like it. It works. You could use acid on these wheels too. You can use a few different things. If you want to go ahead and take the time to scrub it and all that, that's fine. I'm not doing that. This is just a basic, what I call my Continental package. So there's no need for me to go in-depth scrubbing and going all over the place. This is a basic package. It's for maintenance. It's to keep the car looking good. This is a brand new Toyota Highlander, so it does good and it works, and this package is appropriate. So I'm just busting out the foam cannon right now. I'm trying a new soap out. I haven't reviewed it before. I don't think I will. This will be my little bit of my review here. It's the Chemical Guys Maxi Suds 2. I got it because it was $20 a gallon. I'll be honest, I filled up the foam cannon all the way. I put probably 6 to 7 ounces of soap, and yeah, this looks pretty good right here. It's pretty, it's some eye candy. It's a little bit appealing, but I found that this soap doesn't sit on the car as long as other soaps. Now, I am in direct sunlight and the sun's smacking the side of the car, but I found other soaps to be more effective, and so I have to kind of decide whether it's worth, Honeydew Snow Foam is $30 a gallon, but it works better. I use less soap. I only use about 3 to 4 ounces for a full foam cannon out of a 1600 PSI 1.2 GPM pressure washer, and that's kind of how I go at it. And I just put some of the soap in the bucket over here. I'm really kind of getting, just kind of learning the soap here. It's just a whatever soap. Flipping my mitt over here. It's not that good. I'll probably not buy it again. Here's my review on it. Don't get it unless you just do your own car and you just want something that gets the job done. But it works as a bucket wash. It's okay. There's so many better soaps out there though. You see, I got my little step ladder. I've heard detailers talk about how they don't like using step ladders, and I think that whatever works for you is best. I've seen them step on the tire of the vehicle, and I used to do that, but I'm fat. And so I don't want to get off balance here. I am not clumsy. I am cautious and cognizant enough to know not to damage the vehicle with a stool. And so I'm pretty athletic. I am in not decent shape, but I am pretty flexible. But when it comes to stepping on tires of vehicles, I just don't want to risk it. What if my shoe just doesn't catch? That's just a risk I don't want to take. You see, every time before I put my mitt back in the bucket, I am squeezing it out. And then I flip it over per panel. Some people just wash the top of the vehicle and then they just wash the bottom. I don't do that, but I clean out my mitt all the time. I don't do a 2-bucket method, but I'm always squeezing out my mitt, and I do have a grit guard in there. Does the grit guard really do much? Probably not. It might do a little bit, but not enough to make a big difference. But I got it for like $4.50 a grit guard, so I do use a grit guard. And I just got my pressure washer out here, and we're just going ahead and we're going along with it. I'm only recording the outside detail. I'm enjoying myself. I'm noticing at this point though that even though only washing half of the vehicle, yes, I'm in direct sunlight, yes, it's probably close to 90 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning in South Florida, humidity is crazy, but I've already noticed that the soap is starting to dry, so I really have to work in halves here with this soap. Going back to the whole not liking the soap deal, I don't have to do that with other soaps. Lat 26, I think Lat 26 boat soap is probably one of the best soaps I've ever used, and I like that. I might go back to that. Here I'm just taking care of some bug damage. Now I will say that since I do have this fast forward, it's on things double speed, it looks like I'm scrubbing the mess out of the paint. I am not. I've got my bug sponge. It's been soaking in the bucket for quite some time. And I've already washed the front of it. So just because the speed makes it look like I'm going crazy, I'm not going crazy. I'm flipping it. I've already flipped it about 3 times, just flipped it again for the 4th, I believe. And there's 4 sides to it. So, I do believe that we need to take good, proper precautions here. Be smart, detail with wisdom, but be profitable at the same time. Get the job done. Here, just rinsing it off here. The pressure washer is getting the job done. I'll tell you what, I do like this pressure washer. I've had one break on me, but it's because I plugged it into a faulty socket and it shorted out the electrical components. It shorted out the motor and the pump and all that stuff. But this is the Walmart Hyper Tough 1600 PSI little box one. I'll tell you what, I like it. It gets the job done, and it hasn't it served me well. It's pretty cool. I'd say go ahead and pick it up and give it a try. Now, what I'm doing now, you might seem weird. I haven't even dried the vehicle yet I am applying tire shine, or I'm spraying the first section of tire shine, whatever the wording is. I'm using the PNS double black shine all tire dressing. It works very well. I happen to like it. But I spray the tire shine on before I dry the vehicle for the simple fact that this tire shine is what's the word I'm looking for? It is silicone. There's silicone in it. Now, people always talk about, silicone base is bad for your tires. No, people just don't know what they're talking about. Silicone is what adds the shine. Silicone is not the problem. Solvents are the problem. Silicone is just kind of like a plastic, oily substrate. I'm not a chemist, so I don't know everything. But, solvents is what you need to be worried about. Those ghetto shines that people talk about in Miami. They call it the Miami ghetto shine. Those oily type of tire shines that are very, very oily. It's like olive oil almost. Solvents inside of them, what they do is they split open the pores of the tire, allowing the silicone in the product to bond well and to create a good shine. I do not use solvent products. Every once in a while I might go back to it. If I'm doing like some type of fleet washing, I might do it. But I don't have any. I don't carry any in my vehicle. I personally don't own any at the moment. So I spray the tire shine. Since silicone is airborne, I spray it first. If any gets on the vehicle just from it being airborne, then I dry the car afterwards to remove any possible oil or silicone that might have spread to the vehicle from it being airborne. It's just a way I find myself to be a little more cautious. I'm preventing problems because when I go by and do the windows afterwards, I do not want a bunch of silicone on the windows, gunking up my towels, shortening the lifespan of each towels, because you detailers out there know that it's tough. So now I've gone back to a product here I have not used in quite some time, but it works great in situations like this on light vehicles. And I am busting out the ever so clever, the wonderfully famous, the world-renowned PNS Double Black bead maker. My client just sent her daughter out to give me a cup of OJ. She's asking me what kind of sandwich I want, and that's why I love detailing. Free OJ, free sandwiches. Cheers to everyone. But I busted out with a bead maker again because it works very well on light cars. I do like it. It's not a product where you can just kind of spray and then not buff off. You've got to buff it off, guys. I mean, let's just be real. Let's be practical. Now I'm only doing about 3-4 sprays per panel, so I'm using it as a spray wax, not as a sealant here. And it just kind of helps me, you know. $28, $30 a gallon, 3-4 sprays per panel. It's basically like the Meguiar's synthetic express spray wax. Gets the job done like that. Except for I find the shine and gloss on this product to be a little bit better, although I use this product only on light colored cars now, and I will use Meguiar's X-Wax on dark vehicles, although I'm even starting to go away from that because of Technician's Choice coming out, and I just do 2-3 sprays per panel and just happens to blow. I think it just blows every product out of the water. Technician's Choice ceramic spray detailer, it's just so good. But I'm just going around the car applying bead maker. I'm finding it to be an easy application process. I'm not seeing any streaks or smears or smudges. Going down the road here, going down the hood. I can't leave it on top of the vehicle because it is very slick. This is a slick product. Now, another product I would like to use on white vehicles is the Turtle Wax Seal and Shine. I think that is what it is. I don't know. Seal and Shine, I think. It works great on white cars. So now I'm going back over the tires, and I have a hand applicator. And so what I'm doing is I'm doing about 4 sprays per tire, but what I do is I spray on the applicator directly, so I prevent any airborne silicone from getting back on the vehicle, which would have defeated the whole purpose of me spraying before drying. And I just find this kind of smoothens it out, evens it out, makes it a much easier process. It enhances the shine, enhances the gloss, and also, since the tires were still technically wet, there is those water streaks that go at the bottom of the tire from the wheel. It kind of blotches and kind of makes a dead space where it rinses off the tire shine. And so when I go back over with this step, it completely evens everything out, where now I do not have that issue. So sorry, there's a little bit of dead space in the camera here. I'm just trying to get everything working, but that's the great thing about voiceover. So I do like this applicator. It's a company that wanted me to review it. I'm not going to release the name of it, only because I don't know much about the company, and it's just I'm not comfortable releasing that to the channel. I do like the applicator, but I haven't really heard much about them, so I'm waiting to see. Just drinking my OJ. But if I do like the applicator and the company decides that it's a good fit, I mean, I got free product. I'm going to use free product, but I may not necessarily always endorse or review it just because I like it. Sometimes honestly, it's just because if I reviewed it, you guys wouldn't even have a link to buy it because they're not on the market. So, but whatever. That being said, now I'm just wiping off the tires. Now I'm gonna say this, and I was gonna add a section in this video where I talked about it, where I was bragging about how Chocolate Thunder removed most of the dirt and only a little bit of dirt was left on the rag. But then I realized, you know what, that would probably just be a waste of time and it would make no sense. But just going around all the wheels, all the tires, not the tires, just the wheels, and removing any water spots or dirt with the bead maker. But here's a finished product, guys. I went around the whole vehicle, vacuumed all the inside. I didn't show, I just want to show the outside, but I'm over here giving my thumbs up, my swole arm, and there's Mr. Ladd. Thank you so much, guys. Love you all. Thanks for staying tuned, and see you in the next video. Take care.